Good morning. Welcome to the Late to Work podcast. I'm your host, Parker, and thank you so much for joining this morning. Currently, I am in some traffic. There's some construction here in Grand Rapids. I'm on the highway. I don't really like construction, but I'll try to get through this. And I hope you're having a good day so far. It's a little cloudy in Michigan, and I'm running a little bit late to work, but I think I should be there on time. And I hope you're on time as well. I just got back from Boston. I'll probably tell some stories from that in a little bit. Maybe in the next coming podcast I'll tell some stories, because some pretty crazy stuff happened there. And today we have a guest who wants to tell a story about being late to the bus. Well, something close to that. It's a little late to school-ish. I don't know. So let's hear what the guest has to say for today.
Hey Parker, thank you for having me. I'm with my brother. I haven't really had like a late to work experience, but my brother has a really funny story about his bus driver. So go ahead, Jaden. Tell us about your bus driver.
Okay, so I'm going to my bus stop, and I see the bus pulling up, but like 300 feet, she turns on the lights and she goes 2 miles an hour towards the bus stop, and then she realizes, oh, there's a stop. And then she pulls up and she's like, hi. So we all hop in and then we just go on our merry way. And randomly, she says, good morning, everyone. And so I'm the only one that says good morning to her.
The only one.
So she says it one more time, and maybe one or two more people say good morning, and I say good morning too. And finally she's like, I said good morning, everyone! And everybody says good morning. And then she's like, all right, listen up. These are the bus rules. There will be no food or no water at all. And she turns into Army boot camp. And
She starts hacking on a hammer.
This is all your way to school?
yes. And on the way back from school, she stops at a stop sign and sits there and like for 10 minutes and literally just sits there, doesn't look at anything, just stares off to nothing. And she's like, oh, do we turn right? I'm like, yeah. She's like, okay. Pull to another stop sign. She sits there and does nothing. And she's like, oh, wait, do we turn left or something? And we're all like, yeah.
Or something.
And then finally, we actually get dropped off, and we're away from the crazy lady.
She was like, there's 5 of you. There should be 4.
Oh, yeah. So she goes to drop a couple kids off at a stop. She pulls out her little handy dandy paper, and she literally counts everybody that walks off the bus. I'm not kidding. And there were 5 people, and she stops everybody. And she's like, hold up. There are 5 people walking off the bus, and there are supposed to be 4. Let's establish this now. And so she like looks at her little paper, and she's like, you are supposed to get off at a different stop. So the kid's like, oh, well, I'm going to get off right here because my house is over there. And she's like, what's that kid doing over there? And then she's like, okay, you know what? Just get off. And she just like slams the door, just drives away. So yeah, tune in for tomorrow morning.
Crazy.
Let's see how tomorrow morning's going to
Is
be.
it just all in one day?
Yeah.
You weren't late to school though?
No.
Alright, that's good. Hopefully not tomorrow. Thank you, everybody.
Hey, and we're back. Thank you, Allie, so much for being on the podcast, and thanks for your story. That was pretty funny, and hope to have you back on the podcast sometime. And if you ever want to get your ideas out on this podcast, just feel free to record yourself in your free time on your phone, just in like the voice memos app, and then you just email that voice recording into latetoworkpodcast@gmail.com, and I'll select the best ones. And if you are chosen to be on a podcast, then you also get put into a monthly raffle for a Starbucks gift card, and you might get chosen to win a Starbucks gift card. So how cool is that? You might be featured on the podcast and get some free coffee. So go ahead, submit your ideas to latetoworkpodcast@gmail.com, and I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say. I'm almost to work right now, so I think we're just going to cut the podcast right here, and we'll pick up next Thursday. Have a good one.